Hello everyone, I'm going to do my project on malaria. I'm going to give you background on malaria. Malaria is a life-threatening and sometimes fatal disease that's caused by a single-cell parasite called Malaria Presentation. It's the leading cause of death in Africa, specifically in children. It originates from Africa. It falls under the kingdom of Prozoa. Phaseolum is genus and Phaseolum is species. Phaseolum familium is the leading cause of bacteria and the most deadly. There are 5 species of Phaseolum. Malaria mostly affects poor tropical and subtropical areas. Is primarily found in Africa, south of the Sahara, and parts of Oceania, such as Papua New Guinea. Oh, who gets infected? Children and young adults and older people. And older people are most risk of dying from malaria. The incubation period for malaria is about 9 to 14 days. All the signs and symptoms of malaria is fever, headaches, malaise, weakness, gastrointestinal distress, neurological complaints, back pain, muscle which is muscle pain, chills, and a cough. Other complications from malaria is giant shock, hypoglycemia, acute respiratory distress syndrome, metabolic acidosis, severe anemia, severe malaria, dismayed invacular colonization, swelling washing of the spleen, dehydration, kidney failure, and polyeczema. Giants is basically when your skin turns yellow and the eyes turn white. Shock is when the blood flow suddenly drops. And hypoglycemia is when your blood sugar is abnormally low. And ARS, also known as acute respiratory distress syndrome, is where the lung cannot provide enough oxygen to the organs to the body. And metabolic acidosis is excessive acid in blood and tissue fluids. Severe anemia is the destruction of red blood cells. Severe malaria occurs when affected red blood cells block blood vessels in the brain. This may involve colonization, blood clots that form throughout the body. Dehydration is the excessive loss of fluids, and polyeczema is where there's a lot of fluid buildup in the lungs. All the stages of malaria are the wing stage, where malaria spreads itself into thin bone cave. Twilight stage is where the parasite actively feeds, grows, and modifies red blood cells. In the synapse stage, where it begins to synthesize a lot of molecules that is required in nuclear division. And finally, myelinization is when the myelinization is forming complete in a way to evade the red blood cells. The treatments for malaria is hemoparastasis. It's taken twice a day. Quinine is you have to take 640 milligrams every 8 hours in a week. 7, you have to take 1.5 milligrams/kilograms every 6 hours. Clean, for adults, they have to take 30 milligrams. For children, 0.5 milligrams. All the treatment mechanisms for this. Chemophagocytosis, it prevents death and mortality from malaria. Quinine, it inhibits nucleic acid and protein synthesis and glycolysis. It destroys and eliminates parasites that came from the Plasmodium falciparum. Solvent, it blocks immune invasion into fresh blood cells. It stops the body of IE or infected erythrocytes to unaffected white blood cells. And primaquine binds and changes the positive DNA, and it kills hyposaccharide in the liver and reduces the risk of relapse.